and things like that that's on there. But it is actually being dealt with.
Because as of from about 2004, 2005, it was introduced into the company not to actually disconnect any BT line. It's not their line to touch.
No, that shouldn't have been done. I understand. I totally understand with yourself. So it is an open complaint on there. When they actually pick that up, they do need to contact you. They can't close it without speaking to you now, so it will stay on there. It may be that it runs slightly over the time period that they get back to you because they need to get it resolved firstly. But you will get calls, I would say, within the next week because of the actual how long that complaint's been on there.
Right.
But it's been dealt with for you.
The thing that's going to be happening now, as you can appreciate, as soon as I actually obtain an IP phone, because I'm going to be using, I'd rather use a handset rather than using a headset.
Yeah.
Now, the disconnection for the phone line will be put into place, because I won't feel the need for it anymore. And it will be going over to Skype. And again, see, I wouldn't even be looking down these avenues if it wasn't for the sheer fact of the dissatisfaction that I've been getting. I would have actually been quite content with you guys not even thought about looking elsewhere. Well, it's because that nobody's really gotten their ears into gear that it's actually forced me to actually want to look elsewhere.
No, I mean, the only thing really I can do, you know, what hasn't been done, or I can go through for you and explain everything to our faults department, so yourself going through, but I mean, I don't see how they're going to be able to do anything different than what they've done at the moment. The only other
Sorry, mate, can I just put you on hold a sec? I just need to actually go to the door.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, mate, 1 moment.
In order to ensure we provide you with the best service possible, some of our calls may be recorded for staff monitoring and training purposes.
Okay. If it is that we could, you know, do something that would mean that you'd be happy to keep the services there, I mean, would there be anything that we would be able to do for you?
Compared to Skype, no. In all due respect, it's going to be very hard for you to turn me around compared to that.
No, that's something that I mean, that is something that, you know, we haven't got.
The only thing
anything to really compare. I mean, we've got the Talk Unlimited, so you get the unlimited calls, and we do a Talk Anywhere package, which is separate, but you'd have to pay more for those. You said that you pay, was it £1.96 with Skype, was it?
Somewhere along those lines, yes. Less than £2 anyway.
Alright, so I mean, I'm not sure of a competitor that can match that.
No.
From the ones that are out there, I'm not sure anyone that could do that, because you only need access to the internet to be able to use that service. You don't need a phone line at all.
Yeah, the only difference will be is, I mean, it may actually be that I'll keep the broadband, and that is simply because I don't need a phone line to have the broadband with you guys, whereas other service providers may actually need a phone line at least.
That's right, yeah. Right, we are the only one that still does the fibre optic cable broadband at the moment.
Yeah, so that's the only service that may be kept on, and that'll be only simply so I can use Skype. I mean, if mobile phone providers end up supplying it where I can actually use unlimited access broadband, then it might be something where I'll actually just use my actual mobile phone to connect up to the internet in future. And then, of course, I'll drop the connection with you guys depending on their price. So it is just a sheer factor of who's going to be able to provide it to me. Obviously, BT, they will supply it. You'll have to have a phone line, that will defeat the object of Skype, and it'll be back onto similar prices to you guys. So it'll be a matter of if a mobile phone provider offers it to me, where I can actually pay something like £9.99 a month, a tenner, then I'll actually go with them and just get a dongle, use that, connect it up to the actual computer, and just connect it that way to the internet. And use that for Skype and other activities online.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, mobile broadband at the moment is very limited. I'm sure you're aware.
Well, it is as long as it's actually on the mobile itself. But if you're actually referring to general usage on the PC, then it's different because the PC does all the extra conversions.
I understand that, but yet you do have a usage on all of the mobile providers that are providing broadband at the moment. There is a usage limit.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure the maximum one's around about 8 gig.
2, as far as I'm aware, aren't. No, actually, it's unlimited. But I think that's only if it's connected to a BT phone line.
Right, okay.
So there is unlimited, but again, I'm pretty sure you have to have a phone line with them. It's not for your mobile phone.
Right, I would need to check that for you, so I'm unsure of that, but I know with the main ones like 3 and things like that,
yeah.
There is a limit there, and if you do go over it, there are some quite hefty penalties in place. I'm not sure if you're aware of any of those.
Yeah, I've actually heard of the penalties, especially with Free Mobile, when they've actually had a £2,000 bill.
Yeah, if you go over by each megabyte that you go over by, they charge something like up to £1 per megabyte, so you can understand people, if they're getting £2,000 bills, it is possible, and it is quite easily possible when a video could be 250 megabytes like they view online. It's quite easy to accumulate that sort of usage.
Yeah.
I mean, what I can do for you today there, Adam, I can go through to our technical support team now, explain everything what's gone on here. I mean, I'm not sure, how many people have actually come out to have a look at this problem?
Anyone. And one's actually turned around and said to me, it's all down to, it may actually be noise going down through the actual wiring, which is knocking you off.
So you've only had one technician in all the time that you've had this problem?
Yes.
Right, okay. And did he check your cabling outside your property?
He checked it outside and inside. He said it's perfectly okay. He said he's changed a 3-way connector down to a 2-way connector because I only have a cable box and broadband. So he said you don't need another one. That will actually help the signal strength to go up a little bit. He said, but it should actually help prevent you getting knocked off if there's noise going down the line. As I previously did state, it has improved, but that's also because you've also increased the speed. Can't really see the speed increase making much effect, to be fair, because we're talking about it dropping altogether. We're not talking about it running slow.
That's what I was about to ask then. When it drops, it's completely off.
Yeah.
No internet whatsoever.
That's right.
And you have to reboot the modem, do you, to get it back on?
That's right. As previously stated, I mean, MSN can run at 1 KB. A second. I mean, it doesn't need anything. So when you've actually got the internet failing, normally MSN remains on, but in this case, it's just turning off as well. It's logging you out because there's literally no connection. I mean, looking at this, looking at the O2 broadband, it's £20 per month with them. This broadband on your landline, which is £7.50 per month, and that's unlimited usage. And that's up to 20 meg. Again, I know the keyword is up to because it will actually be